Dear students, in last class we discussed about the computer. I told you that computer is an electronic device which takes input, process it and give desired output. And also I told you about the components of the computer like input unit, output unit, storage unit and central processing unit. Now we are going to discuss one by one the components of the computer. It is clear that for the processing computer required the input. So it is very important that computer how takes the input. So you should know that computer always use the input devices like keyboard, mouse for processing the data. Uh, Before telling the examples of the input devices, we will discuss input like an input device is a piece of computer hardware equipment used to provide data and control signals to an information process, or you can say processing system such as a computer. So it is very clear that for processing the data input is required for the system. You can understand the example, or you can understand the input by the example, like suppose we have to add the numbers, two numbers we will add. So I have made the input box here like this. In this box you can see I have written first, second, process and result. First is denoting the input number first, second input number second, then the processing box is here, then the result box is here. Here I am giving first input as a first input 5 and the second input 10. Then it is processing 5 plus 10 and we are getting the result. Just like this one, when we want to process the data by the help of computer, first we give the input by using the keyboard and then this input will be converted by the system in their own form like binary form, then it will be processed and we will get the output in our form. Okay, so computer required input for processing the data. There are so many examples of the input like keyboard, mouse, scanner, digital cameras and microphones. Keyboard, in maximum cases for giving the input we use the keyboard. Suppose we were discussing about the example 5 plus 10. Suppose we have to give the 5 to the system, we will use the keyboard numeric keys. Then 10, for 10 also numeric keys, it is also available on the keyboard. Then it will be processed 5 plus 10 and we will get the result on the screen. Means 5 and 10 both will be add together and we will get the result 15. The second input, that is the mouse. In so many cases we use the mouse as an input device. Like suppose we are giving the exam, in that exam we have to choose yes or no. So there is a checkbox which will be available. By using the mouse we can mark there, we can check and uncheck the options. Just like this one, when we fill the online form we use the check and uncheck option. So this is the use of mouse as a input device. We use the scanner as an input device. Scanner, you should know that we use the scanner for scanning the images. So to scan the image we use the scanner. It is also just like the input. Just like the scanner we use the digital camera. Digital camera we click the photos. These photos will go as a input and then it will be processed, and by the processing with the help of computer we take the printout as a output. Then microphones, we use the microphone for giving the voice as a input. It will be processed, and by using the speaker we can get the output. So these are overall about the input device. In the next video we will learn about the output device. Thank you everyone.